There is a question that is circulating in the highest echelons of entertainment finance circles, a mystery that has fans and critics alike refreshing their screens and refreshing their calculators. As we sit here in 2026, the whispers have gotten louder. We see the Instagram stories from private jets, the flawless designer outfits that haven't even hit the runway yet, and the champagne-soaked New Year's celebrations on the other side of the world. But the question remains, is Shenseea simply living the high life, or is she quietly building an empire that will outlast us all? We came here today to talk numbers, to look behind the velvet rope at the mansions and the money, but the truth about Shenseea Linda Lee is far more complex than a simple bank balance. Because when we talk about Shenseea in 2026, we aren't just talking about a singer anymore. We are talking about a mogul in the making, and the figure attached to her name might just shock you. But to understand how a girl from Mandeville, Jamaica, got here, we have to start not in Jamaica, but in Lagos, Nigeria, just a few weeks ago, where a performance signaled to the world that her power has no borders. It was January 2026, and the new year had barely begun. While most of us were recovering from our New Year's Eve celebrations, Shenseea was making a strategic power move that would set the tone for her entire year. She touched down in Lagos, Nigeria, a city that pulses with the rhythm of Afrobeats and the energy of a continent rising. She wasn't just there for a vacation. She was there to conquer. The venue was Silver Fox Lagos, an exclusive, high-end club known as the OG of Lagos nightlife, a place where the world's biggest performers meet the hottest crowd. And when Shenseea stepped into that club, the atmosphere shifted. Imagine the scene: the humid Lagos air, the clinking of glasses, the murmur of the elite. And then, she appears. The moment she took the stage, cheers erupted. This wasn't just a performance, it was a coronation. She commanded the room with a magnetic confidence, delivering hit after hit, turning the exclusive night spot into her personal concert arena. But the brilliance of Shenseea in 2026 isn't just in her performance, it's in her networking. The night escalated into the stratosphere when Nigerian street pop sensation Shalapopi made a surprise appearance, joining her on stage. This wasn't just a random collaboration, it was a visual representation of the global fusion of sounds. Caribbean dancehall meeting the irresistible pulse of Afrobeats. And watching from the VIP section, adding to the international flavor of the room, was American rapper and content creator DDG. This is the level Shenseea operates on now. She is the common denominator between Jamaican dancehall, Nigerian street pop, and American hip-hop. She is the connector. And as she flew back home, likely on a private charter, one has to wonder, how much does it cost to live this life? How much does it cost to be Shenseea? To understand the empire, we have to rewind. We have to go back to the very beginning, to a truth that shaped her hunger. Shenseea Linda Lee was born on October 1st, 1996, in Mandeville, Jamaica. But her start in life was far from the glitz and glamour of Lagos nightclubs. There is a void in her story that she has carried with her forever. Shenseea never knew her father. He left her mother when she was just 6 months pregnant. Growing up, she was raised by her mother, Castellan Eleanor Williams, and her aunt, in a strict Christian household where prayer and fasting were part of daily life. Imagine the psychological weight of that, growing up in Mandeville, watching other kids with their fathers, and wondering why yours didn't stay. That absence, that feeling of being unwanted by one parent, often creates a fire in people, a desperate need to prove their worth to the world. For Shenseea, that fire became her drive. Her mother was a singer herself, and though she worked various jobs in different towns to make ends meet, she passed that musical gene down to her daughter. But life in Jamaica wasn't easy. Shenseea attended Mona High School and later enrolled at Excelsior Community College in Kingston to study entertainment management. But financial struggles are a ruthless enemy of dreams. The money ran out, and she was forced to drop out. She had to get a job to help support her mother and help build their home brick by brick. She was a young woman with a dream, stuck in survival mode. But she refused to let that dream die. She signed with the Rockstar label, and in 2015, a moment arrived that would change everything. She got the opportunity to remix a song by the dancehall giant, Vybz Kartel. The track was Luddy. She performed it at Reggae Sumfest in 2015, and while it was a small start, it planted a seed. By 2017, she was on the main stage at the same festival. But here is where the controversy and the complications of the music industry often intersect. In those early days, she was heavily associated with Romic Major, a prominent Jamaican entertainment manager and promoter. They were so close that rumors swirled about them being in a relationship. She once posted a picture of them with the caption, "You're mine," sending fans into a frenzy of speculation. Was he just her manager, or was there something more? In the high-stakes world of dancehall, the lines between business and pleasure are often blurred, and for a young artist trying to make it, having a powerful figure like Romic in her corner was essential. But Shenseea was always smarter than people gave her credit for. She used the attention, she used the rumors, and she kept her eye on the prize: global domination. Her hard work started paying off in ways that small-town girls from Mandeville only dream of. She caught the attention of Sean Paul, the global ambassador of dancehall, and he took her on his European tour. Then came the call from Christina Aguilera, a massive pop star, who wanted her on a track called Right Moves for her 2018 album Liberation. These weren't just features, they were cosigns from the establishment. They were proof that Shenseea wasn't just a local sensation. She had international appeal, and the industry took notice. In 2019, she signed a major deal with Interscope Records, the powerhouse label behind some of the biggest names in music. This was the big leagues. She dropped the single Blessed, featuring Tyga, and the music video exploded, garnering over 58 million views. But the moment that truly changed the trajectory of her life and her net worth came in 2021. Her phone rang, and on the other end of the line was Yeezy himself, Kanye West. He wanted her on his album, Donda. Let that sink in. A girl from Mandeville, who dropped out of college because she couldn't afford it, was now in the studio with one of the most influential artists of all time. She appeared on the tracks Pure Souls with Roddy Ricch and OK.2. Pure Souls entered the Billboard Hot 100. And when Donda was nominated for a Grammy Award for Album of the Year at the 64th Grammy Awards, Shenseea, for the first time in her life, could call herself a Grammy-nominated artist. The nomination didn't just bring prestige, it brought a massive boost to her booking fee and her earning potential. The world was now hers for the taking. But with great success comes great speculation, especially about your personal life. As her star rose, so did the rumors about who she was dating. The internet loves to pair beautiful, successful women with powerful men, and Shenseea has been linked to a laundry list of celebrities. The rumors have included the producer Russian, rapper London on the track, and even Drake. There was heavy speculation about a relationship with Atlanta rapper 21 Savage after they collaborated on the song Hit from her debut album. And let's not forget the persistent whispers about her and the famous Jamaican footballer Leon Bailey. Who is she really with? In 2026, Shenseea plays her cards closer to her chest than ever. She has learned that mystery sells. By keeping us guessing about her romantic life, she keeps us talking. She keeps her name in the blogs. But the one relationship she has never hidden, the one that is the most important in her life, is with her son, Rogero Lee, who she affectionately calls Raj. She had him at a very young age with a man named Rob Lee. She has navigated motherhood in the spotlight with a grace that is admirable, raising her son as a single parent while building an empire. She splits her time between Jamaica and the US, balancing school runs with studio sessions. Raj is her anchor, the reason she pushes so hard. And as any mother knows, you want to give your child the world, a stable home, a safe place to grow up. And that brings us to one of the most tangible signs of her wealth, the real estate. Where does a Grammy-nominated, globe-trotting superstar rest her head? In 2026, the answer involves multiple addresses, but the crown jewel is in Los Angeles. After her mother, Castellan, passed away in 2020, Shenseea made the difficult decision to move to the United States. It was a fresh start, but also a strategic career move. She took her pain, her talent, and her growing bank account and invested in her future. She purchased a stunning house in Los Angeles. While she keeps the specific location private, as any smart celebrity does, sources indicate that the property is a significant investment. We're talking about a modern, sprawling estate, likely nestled in the hills with panoramic views of the city lights or the Pacific Ocean. Imagine floor-to-ceiling windows that flood the space with California sunshine, a gourmet kitchen with marble countertops where she can cook Jamaican classics, and a massive walk-in closet to house her ever-expanding designer wardrobe. But the LA mansion is just her base of operations. You can bet she maintains a stronghold in Jamaica, a private retreat where she can go to escape the noise, reconnect with her roots, and soak up the island energy that fuels her music. In Kingston or her native Mandeville, she likely has a luxurious, gated property, a sanctuary where she can be just Shenseea, mother and daughter of the island, rather than Shenseea the superstar. And when she pulls up to these spots, she doesn't do it in a rental. She does it in style. Reports confirm she dropped $250,000 on a Lamborghini Urus. That's a $250,000 statement piece, a luxury SUV that screams power and success. It's the kind of whip you park in front of the club, the kind of car that turns heads and cements your status. The mansion, the car, the private jets, it all costs millions to maintain. So, we have to ask the question that brought us here today. In 2026, what is Shenseea actually worth? The numbers vary, as they always do in the world of celebrity finance. Some outlets pin her net worth between a modest $2 million and $4 million. But those figures feel dated, like they belong to the pre-Grammy, pre-Interscope era. More reliable and recent sources, including Celebrity Net Worth and Gist Flair, place the figure much higher, estimating her fortune at a solid $6 million. But even $6 million might be a conservative estimate when you look at her revenue streams. It's 2026, and Shenseea is a businesswoman. First, there is the music, album sales, streaming royalties from hits like Blessed, Hit, and Run, and her sophomore album Never Gets Late Here, which dropped in 2024. Then there are the live performances. Shows like the one at Silver Fox Lagos don't come cheap. For a private, high-profile event like that, her booking fee could easily be in the high 5 or even 6 figures. Then, there are the corporate sponsorships. She has inked lucrative endorsement deals with major companies like telecom giant Flow, Boom, and even Pepsi. Every time you see her face on a billboard in Jamaica or in a commercial sipping a soda, that's a check clearing. And let's not forget her digital presence. We have data specifically projected for 2026 regarding her self-titled YouTube channel. While she doesn't post every day, the content she does post, music videos, lifestyle vlogs, behind-the-scenes content, pulls in massive numbers. Based on traffic up to February 23, 2026, her YouTube channel alone is generating an estimated monthly revenue of nearly $92,000. That's over $1.1 million a year just from ad revenue on one platform. And that doesn't include her sponsored content on Instagram, where she boasts millions of followers. But in 2026, there is a new sound coming out of Jamaica, and it has Shenseea's name written all over it. Just recently, she dropped a remix that no one saw coming. Ugandan artist Joshua Baraka, known for his viral hit Morocco, tapped Shenseea for the remix, and the result is seamless. She slides onto the track with a sassiness and a Jamaican flavor that feels like the song was written for her from the start. This is her genius. She doesn't just jump on any remix. She chooses collaborations that expand her reach into new territories. First Nigeria, now East Africa. She is building a Pan-African bridge with her voice, connecting the diaspora one song at a time. The target is clear, and she has stated it publicly. She wants a Grammy. Not just a nomination, but the actual golden gramophone on her mantle in that LA mansion. So, as we look at Shenseea in 2026, we see a woman transformed. She is no longer just the dancehall princess, no longer just the artist on the rise. She is Shenseea Linda Lee, CEO of her own destiny. She is a mother, a mogul, a style icon, and a master strategist. She took the pain of an absent father, the struggle of a broke college student, and the rumors of a complicated love life, and she turned it all into fuel. She is building an empire brick by brick, song by song, dollar by dollar. Her net worth is a moving target, a number that is likely climbing every single day as new checks roll in and new investments mature. The $6 million figure is a snapshot, but the future holds millions more. From dropping out of community college to owning a home in Los Angeles. From remixing songs in Kingston to headlining in Lagos. From a girl who never knew her father to a mother building a legacy for her son. The story of Shenseea is still being written, and if the first 3 decades of her life are any indication, the The second half is going to be even more spectacular. The question isn't just how much she is worth today. The real question, the one that keeps the industry guessing, is how high she can go. With her eyes on the prize and her feet firmly planted on the ground, the sky is not the limit. It's just the view. But I want to know what you think. Do you see Shenseea crossing that $10 million net worth mark in the next 2 years? Or is she just getting started on a path to becoming a $100 million mogul? And who do you think she should collaborate with next to take her sound to another level? Let me know in the comments below. I read them all, and I want to hear your predictions for the blessed singer's future. While you're typing that out, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of a modern icon, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next profile. We'll see you in the next video.